Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Gentleman, a Korean genre bender from 2022 that could be classified as a drama, comedy, thriller hybrid. It stars Ju Ji-hoon. Now Hyun-soo, played by Ju Ji-hoon, the head of the National Crime Agency, handles 100% of the requested cases. At a desolate location, where he went to look for a puppy with his client, he's attacked by a stranger and collapses, which leads to broken memories and his client disappearing. When he comes to his senses, he suddenly finds himself as a suspect in a kidnapping case. After a car rollover accident, his identity is confused by authorities and he is mistaken as a prosecutor. So, at that point, he begins an investigation by disguising himself as the prosecutor to find his missing client and clear his own name. Opening credits in this have kind of a stylish vibe to them. Our protagonist is walking around at night. A neon sign ends the scene, being reflected in a rain puddle. Pretty cool opening. It's not as noirish as you might think, though. Gentleman does get mixed reviews online, so I may be in the minority in liking this one as much as I do, but I will say this. It's a very snappy investigation film that's driven heavily by its two lead actors, all right? Now, we've seen Ju Ji-hoon in a bunch of movies and K-dramas over the years. Princess Hours from way back in 2006, which is one of the first K-dramas I ever saw. I always found that show to be a little overrated, but it was pretty good. Then you get The Treacherous from 2015, very spicy movie. I reviewed that one. Kingdom from 2019 plus, very good show. And Ransomed more recently in 2023, etc. I think Gentleman is my favorite performance by him. I do think it is. He's very charismatic in this film. He's allowed to showcase some of his comedy chops, while at the same time exhibiting a suave, calculating personality. I really liked him in this. And then we get Choi Sung-eun as the lead female role here. I'm less familiar with her. Her filmography is very small up to this point, but she is equally as charismatic. She does a great job of portraying her character as kind of smart, confident, and likable at the same time. A tough balance sometimes, right? Her line delivery is very impressive as well. I really like this actress, and I look forward to seeing what she does into the future. Now, the way these two actors play off of each other is a big reason why I enjoyed Gentleman. You know, Choi's character thinks that Ju is a prosecutor, but how long can he deceive her into helping him with his investigation? And that's a lot of the film there. Now, when the comedy shows up, it can get very funny. There's a dog licking scene, I'm going to call it, that had me laughing out loud. And there's a seduction scene that immediately follows that one that's equally entertaining. So some of the humor here does hit pretty well. And there's like a charm with the leads and how they interact throughout. Now, the tone does get serious at points. Never becomes disturbing or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. But the eventual bad guy who's introduced is sufficiently unlikable. All right, I'll give you that much. And as an added bonus, we get a surprisingly good foot chase sequence, even though this is not an action flick. Now, in terms of script writing, this is a good flick. The mystery is engaging, and it makes you think a little bit. You follow each lead, clue by clue, but there are multiple questions open at the start of the film. Like, why did the woman disappear? How will our protagonist clear his name? When will the lady investigator find out his real identity? And there's also a ticking clock aspect, because he has to solve the case within a week. So some interesting little things to think about while the film's moving along. And there's some nice little plot turns as well. Now, with that said, this is not a perfect script, which I think could be the main criticism for people who dislike the film. Like, near the end, there's a data dump that supposedly explains everything, but I'm not sure it explained every open question that I had. You know, it may take a second viewing to piece everything together, but I still was a little bit confused by the end of the film. I'm not sure all of my questions were answered. Also, there seems to be a few coincidences that needed to happen along the way, and the very end is a little bit of an anticlimax. but it does resolve itself. So, but all in all, I enjoyed Gentleman as a charming genre bender. And it's driven, like I said, if you want good performances and some good interplay, it's worth checking out. Now, this is currently available on DVD with English subtitles. I purchased the Taiwanese DVD from Yes Asia. I'm not sure if you could find it streaming somewhere. I don't think it's anywhere legitimate, but that's up to you. And if anybody's seen this, let me know your thoughts. I feel like this might be a little bit of a divisive film, but yeah, we'll see. And as always, folks, I'll see you next time.